Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. This is Multan Public School and College Multan. Here, I am Malik NAEEM, your biology teacher. The content of the syllabus for today's lecture are endocrine glands, which were left, like adrenal gland, pancreas, and gonads, the feedback mechanism and its types, and nervous disorders like paralysis and epilepsy. I hope and I pray that my lecture finds you in good health. First, endocrine glands, and from that, adrenal gland. Adrenal gland are two in number. They are situated at the top of kidneys. Adrenal gland produce two hormones, adrenaline and corticosteroids. Adrenaline is the hormone secreted during the stress situation, that is also called fight or flight situation, and it is secreted by the adrenal medulla. The second hormone is corticosteroids that maintain the balance of water and salt in the blood. Now let's move to the pancreas. In the pancreas, there is a special region called islets of Langerhans that secrete two hormones, insulin and glucagon. Pancreas also works as a digestive organ, but its one part acts as an endocrine gland. Dear students, insulin reduces the level of glucose in the blood, and glucagon increases the level of glucose in the blood. When insulin is not produced in suitable amount from the beta cells in the islets of Langerhans, the diabetes mellitus is caused, which is commonly called sugar. When the person, in this situation, the person pancreas is not making insulin, the diabetics, the patient of diabetes, lose body weight, their muscle become weak, and they feel tiredness. Ultimately, death can occur if the sugar is not controlled. Gonads. There are two types of gonads, male gonads and female gonads. Male gonads are responsible for the development of male secondary sexual characteristics like development of mustaches and beard. Female gonad produce estrogen and progesterone. Dear students, this is the end of endocrine glands. And now we move to the next topic, which is called feedback mechanism. It is the regulation of a process by the output of the same process. There are two types of feedback mechanism, positive feedback mechanism and negative feedback mechanism. Positive feedback mechanism increase the rate of process. For example, the suckling action of the infants stimulates action of milk. More and more milk is produced by the suckling action. Negative feedback mechanism that inhibit the process. It works to return the body to the normal condition. For example, the release of insulin at high level of the sugar in the blood decreases the level of sugar, and when the level of the sugar decreases, production of insulin stops. We are going to discuss nervous disorder. There are two types, paralysis and epilepsy. Paralysis means the complete loss of function by one or more muscle groups. This damage may be due to the stroke or blood clotting in the blood vessel, or poison produced by the poliovirus. Sometimes the blood vessel break in the brain that result in the stroke, and it leads to the permanent damage to the nervous system that leads to the paralysis. Now, epilepsy, which is the abnormal and excessive discharge of nerve impulses in the brain, and it is the result of unprovoked seizure in the patient due to the genetic and developmental causes. When person is developing in the young age, this can happen, and it may be due to the brain tumor. There is no cure of epilepsy, but the medicine are used to control the seizure. Dear students, now I would like to give you home task. You have to write nervous disorder in your notebook, but you will complete your August task given to you separately and write it completely in your home task register. I pray for your happy and nice Eid. Try to maintain certain instruction to avoid COVID-19 at the time of Eid celebrations, like keeping the social distance, sanitizing the hand, and keeping 6 feet distance. Do not go to the gathering, and when you go outside, use mask. Inshallah, Pakistan will overcome this pandemic COVID-19. This is the end of lecture, and this is the end of chapter. Inshallah, I would like to deliver next lecture very soon. Until then, goodbye. See you soon. Abiento.